Hello and welcome to the Carbitrage podcast, episode 166. I'm Eric Berger, joined as always by my co-host Ryan Sinetsky. Hello, sir.
Howdy.
And Jana. Hi.
Hello.
How are you guys doing?
Really good.
You know,
I'm just chilling.
I am too. I got this fancy pizza here. It's very tasty.
I found out if I put my Google Chrome on dark mode, it doesn't look like I'm dead.
I do that at work. Sometimes I have to do a meeting.
I look amazing. Like.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but you look fine. Anyway, before we begin, I am drinking a Heineken this time.
Still drinking this delicious shapes and
well,
sizes.
That's a big beer, so that's totally fine. And then I also would like to plug, since we technically almost forgot last time, patreon.com/Carbitrage. What Patreon is a content appreciation support method platform thingy for content consumers like you to support content producers like us directly, cutting out the middleman. Head on over to patreon.com/Carbitrage and check out the 2 open-ended levels of support we have if you would like some swag and or just to support our drinking habits.
Yeah, I'm drinking a s'mores mocha from Cafe Astoria, which is a local St. Paul cafe.
Is it delicious?
It is delicious, and they actually toast your marshmallow, like a giant marshmallow, and they toast it for you. And if you're not drinking it in the store, they put it in a separate cup, so you eat it while you're drinking your s'more.
Have you been in there?
I've never been to Cafe Astoria.
It's literally right down the street from Cosetto's.
Huh. Is parking super duper shitty?
No, it's across the street from the hospital, so all the street parking's usually open.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Though I've never had to walk further than 1 block.
Hey, Jada.
Like that was like pre-COVID when they were like swamped at all times.
Nice. Okay, well, that's good to know.
So you should actually go there because that's like fancy coffee. It's worth it. It's super yummy.
And there's lots of single women there.
Oh, all right. Maybe I'll start doing podcast editing there then.
They are largely attractive. And if they're not largely attractive, they're just largely.
They're there for the Instagrammable drinks, so they're.
Yeah, dude, that's where you should go because it's a pretty awesome shop. And
can you guys hear this noise potato in the background?
I love that cat.
Yeah,
Jada?
I really do like the cat.
She's very good, but she is so noisy. I just called the vet today to schedule her spay appointment because I'm convinced she is not spayed and is in heat.
That could be possible, but I keep hearing the meows and it makes me happy.
Yeah, you should keep her meowing.
She does it.
Jada!
So,
she'll be back up shortly, I'm sure.
My roommate's likely to come with me when I get my house, and I think I'm going to have to just let him know that a cat will be happening in the house.
Good.
Because, yeah, he can just have his own place, but cat.
These gates work really well as long as your cat's not teeny. Because Jada can get through this gate and Modi can't.
Well, I'm mechanically inclined, so I can just put some chicken mesh up there. Call it a day.
Fair.
Yeah, just put that up on the gate and zip tie it on. She doesn't have thumbs.
We'll just have a catwalk throughout the house, and then that's where the cat will be.
Oh, so cute. I love little catios and those run around board things that people have in their houses. It's so
Do you remember
cute.
when Cole had that really cool catwalk that went through his entire apartment? My friend Cole had this really cool catwalk that went through quite literally his entire apartment.
It was made all from natural, real wood, so it was just a wall that was tree.
Yeah, it was a tree inside the house. It was really cool. And my friend Tyler made it. All the carpet was correctly colored to look like fall leaves and everything. It was really cool. It was my friend Tyler, all he ever does is he just works with natural materials and does woodworking, and he made this giant cat wall thing. So I'm super rad.
That is my kind of person right there.
Yeah, super cool.
Takes catting very seriously.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Cole's the only tolerable Subaru person, exclusively Subaru person I've ever met, and he's the guy why I got my Subaru when I did. And why I got the job at Subaru, because I'm wow, Subarus are pretty cool, and Subaru people are cool, because Cole's cool. And I met Subaru people, I'm
oh, I've made a huge mistake.
Cole is a really nice guy, and unfortunately, he moved to Colorado, and then his kitty passed, which was really sad, Yeah, because it was a really young kitten, and his ex-girlfriend took their other cat, so I felt so bad for him.
He's got a Corgo now, if I'm not mistaken. So
He's got some sort of
Yeah,
cute dog, but that's because he got a new girlfriend.
yeah, he's got a big boned cat at this point. So it is a dog that's effectively a catto.
That's fine.
Yeah, so it's all right. So anyway,
Well, it's still super sad that the kitty died, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but it was sad. But you know, it had a fun life. I mean, it got a tree on its wall, so.
Oh, hey, this isn't our podcast notes, but since we've been recording here, I've had this little Testarossa next to me. It was actually my first wind-up and go car I got as a kid.
Here, I was going to use "that's really sad" as a segue into my first story, but no, Ryan has a Testarossa. That's super cool, actually.
Don't worry.
The pop-up headlights are super neat.
So this is really, yeah, it's got active pop-up headlights. This is like literally from 1990. So like it's from like when this car was new.
Maury's Luxury has a Testarossa for sale right now.
I know, it's very upsetting that I can't afford it. But yeah, and the door's open. It's super rad. And it's from MIC Toy. It's actually made in Japan. Like it's super cool.
Oh, that's why it's good.
Yeah, it's really rad. But anyway, so when I was a kid, I always played with this. It's all beat up, and I broke the front axle, but I fixed it a couple of weeks ago. I noticed that there were normal screws that put this together because it was made in Japan, not China. And took 2 beer bottle tabs, and I put them to like push down the front axle, and now the front axle actually stays in position. It sits really nice and low, and I can wind it up, and it'll go. So
that is what it was intended to do.
Yeah, so there you go. That's kind of cool. I got a fun story about a Ferrari. That was going to be a segue.
Congratulations, Ryan.
Yeah, that's fun. It's also my favorite Ferrari.
Well, that's a positive thing about Ferraris, and then I now have a negative thing that contains Ferraris.
Ooh.
Don't worry, I've got a positive that'll follow this up.
Okay, good, because we're going to need it. So, you guys and all of our listeners are well aware that I feel very strongly that Minnesota has one standout above and beyond car event every year that I wouldn't miss. It's called Wheels of Italy Under the Crazy Moon at Pozzoluna. That got canceled because the restaurant shut.
Because of COVID.
Yeah, and I was so sad. I was like you said on your Facebook post, they could totally still have it in that location, just not associated with the restaurant.
Right, and the St. Paul Hotel owned Pozzoluna, and the St. Paul Hotel hosted the buffet and all the other stuff, so they really were the driving force behind this, but yeah, I bet we won't see it this year, which sucks.
Well, I mean, it's also COVID this year, but I'm hoping for 2021. I posted a link to the 2019 Under the Crazy Moon Carbitrage website coverage of it. It kind of sucks that like it ended on a down year because they had like all the really good cars weren't there because of the threat of severe weather.
Oh yeah, that's right. But like, just do what I did. Just like put the car cover on it for 20 minutes if you're worried about it.
Well, I mean, it's one thing to fix a dent in a 355. It's another thing to fix a dent in a 250 GTO.
It wasn't gonna hail.
Well, that's always the fear, though.
Oh, what a great event!
I know. Right? I'm sure that these are, this isn't exactly a bunch of poppers that are putting together the show. This is actually people of the money, so I'm sure they can talk to the St. Paul Hotel and get this happening. So
yeah, I hope so.
Get people to actually go and like have a room in the hotel, so that they'll actually, make money. I think that it could be a good thing for the hotel to keep it going, because then the hotel can make this into like a little mini concourse sort of thing for like midweek sort of thing.
Yeah, I think they have the facilities to do it without Pozzoluna, because I mean, a lot of the stuff that they did, if they had porta shitters, a lot of the stuff they did was beer trailers and snacks outside anyway, so it's like they could definitely still handle that.
I think the only reason we went into Pozzoluna was to cash in on your free pizza token.
That and to pee.
Yeah, exactly. Just put a poop.
I think I had $50 worth of Pozzoluna gift cards that I let expire.
It's a bummer, but you can. Did I black out of the...
You are currently out. Your audio's back in, but your video's not yet.
That's so irritating. Anyway,
hey, look, a black Fiat 124 at Barth.
Yeah, Anyway, so what I was saying was they could easily just like keep this going without the Pozzoluna name. And like when I say like this could be good for the hotel, I mean like because you could actually market this as an event for people to come into town. You know, maybe have it be like, hey, you stay in the hotel, you get free entry. Like if you're coming from out of town or something. Whatever.
Well, it is a free show, but
it is a free show, I guess. I don't know. I feel like they could have a way to like market this. You know, I think the key would be marketing this to.
This is a sponsored event, so I still think they could pull it off.
Yeah, I think that it would be good for the hotel too, because people stay at the hotel. I mean, that's the main thing is you want people to drive sales.
I do want to mention another car show a big car show that was canceled. I think we probably already talked about it, but Back to the 50s is also canceled. Yep. But the reason why they canceled it was not because of the coronavirus or COVID-19. It was because they didn't have they said that they couldn't get together for planning. So I just shows the aging of some of these car show planning committees.
Yeah, that's true.
Because like a car show, yes, there's a lot of logistics, but we've planned car shows with Dan Bolto without even like having a Zoom meeting. So like,
I don't think I've ever been in the same room with him while planning a car show.
We have a few times, but it wasn't on purpose. It was like on accident. Like he was like, purpose. We're making dinner together in his apartment. Like let's also plan a car show. Like, so like I just think it's really funny right now that a lot of these car shows are quote unquote suffering because they aren't able to plan for an event because they can't meet in person, and it's just like it makes me really think like
it would have been canceled for COVID though. I mean, let's be honest.
It would have, but like their reasoning was specifically like because it's a bunch of boomers that don't believe in that. Their excuse was, we didn't have enough time to plan this year.
I feel a pretty large amount of the people that I think they might actually have a trophy for.
You still have to fax or hand carry your registration for Back to the 50s, so I believe it
just goes to show that like there needs to be some innovation with bigger car shows just because of like how old school they tend to be. And I was thinking of it because I remember when I was talking about the Art and Bloom that I was like, I'm gonna come up with an idea for a virtual car show that isn't just like take a picture of your car and submit it because people do that all the time. I thought of like a little location scavenger hunt where you just go to certain places that don't have a parking lot, so you can't like convene, but like just take a picture of your car in these 3 different places from
you could geocache essentially with cars. That'd be cool.
Jana, your
froze.
Yeah.
I was noticing in your coverage from last year, Ryan, there's a picture of a car that looks just like Corey's, and then there's a picture of me and my boss looking at a 308 next to my 355.
Also, because you were talking to your boss, I didn't want to get in the way of that conversation. I noticed the most beautiful thing in the world about that car, and it's still to date my favorite single design feature on a vehicle is the Ferrari 308 door handle. That's the only curve in the whole car, and I think that's the most beautiful design door handle.
That just cannot be reliable.
So, Janet, you're back. You were talking about Art and Bloom and your idea for a scavenger hunt car show.
Yes, and I came across this really pretty church in Frogtown that didn't have a parking lot, so like you wouldn't be able to convene at these locations, but just like to get people out and like not cooped up. But I know people are now doing social distancing car shows, which I don't think exists.
It doesn't.
Well, the Boomer Parade is actually pretty good about that, because the Cottage Grove Cruise Night, they actually, like, people are pretty good about putting their old groups of people 6 feet apart. So, and that cruise night, I think a cruise night works better for social distancing. Because the cars are coming to you. You're not going to the car.
And you can stay apart while spectating.
Exactly. And that's the big thing is all these people are like, they're lining the city street for like a mile while all these boomers are parading their little muscle cars or whatever around.
Well, it wasn't even just boomers and muscle cars. It was a huge gamut of stuff. I mean, it was very similar to a Cars and Coffee turnout.
Yeah, I was actually, I wanted to go tonight, but oh well. I'd rather do the podcast and get that out, so I will do it again next weekend.
But yeah,
anyway,
it's gotta be a four-wheeler.
let's see here. So do you remember that Subaru GL that embarrassed that?
I sure do.
Yeah. Well,
Outback.
now it's gone on to embarrass another vehicle. Now they've embarrassed the owner of the GL's dad's Renegade. And so...
Oh, it's the cringy fast lane guys again, but...
Yeah, whatever. I mean, it is what it is. However, they did a really good thing where they had this Subaru, which was not a low-range gearbox GL. It was just a normal GL with a normal transmission, go against a Renegade, which is a Jeep. And while this Renegade, like, didn't, it didn't, like, handily lose against the GL like the Outback did, where the transmission overheated on the Outback, doing, like, literally nothing. This Renegade, like, you would think that it should be able to, like, just destroy this GL off-road.
You would think so.
Like, especially with all the gadgets and stuff, and how it has, like, the hill ascent mode and, like, all the, like, off-road mode computer crap. No, it did fine. It did totally okay. It completed the course. But the thing is, the Subaru GL completed the course, too.
Oh, dude, this isn't even a, no, it's a Gladiator. Rubicon.
Oh, sorry, yeah, it's a
Gladiator.
It's an actual truck. Yeah, it's a real-life truck. So, yeah, it's a Jeep Gladiator. They're big,
and it's a
truck.
Rubicon as well. Worth mentioning.
Like,
big tires, deactivated sway bars. It's trail rated.
Yeah, that's the Jeep, like, the off-road Jeep pickup. And it is just barely keeping up with a Subaru GL from 40 years ago. But that's pretty embarrassing. And the guy's like, yeah, look at this. I'm going at like a 38-degree angle downhill. And then the Subaru
departure and arrival angles so much better on the Subaru than they are on that Gladiator. But the Gladiator is also like 50,000 feet long.
And that's part of its issue. And it's not even the length, it's the overhangs. And the Gladiator has a huge rear overhang, and the Subaru doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
But also, this Gladiator was designed for bros to take to Home Depot.
Well, it was, but it also has like that 3-to-1 transfer case. I mean, like the Rubicon puts a bunch of really expensive off-road hardware in those things.
Yeah, but I mean, the vehicle itself was designed to go, mall crawling.
True.
Whereas this Subaru was, at this point in time, was still being designed for the Hokkaido electrical company. Like, this is still being designed to get to, like, it was just designed to get the power lines that are way off the beaten trail, while you have, like, Minnesota winter levels of snow on the ground. So, like, that's what this was made for. And it was made to be reliable. So there's a reason the Subaru is kicking its ass, because the Subaru is not designed to be a normal vehicle. It was just sold as a normal vehicle, whereas the Jeep is designed as a normal vehicle and sold as an off-road vehicle.
Right.
That's your difference in what they are. So yeah, I would like to see us.
I love that the Gladiator's on Steelies, though. I actually kind of like that.
It does look pretty cool. But, I mean, so is the Subaru.
Hearing aid beige. Are those not Steelies on the Subaru?
Those
the
are
silver
Steelies.
spoke things?
Yeah, those 8-spoke Steelies. Yeah.
I didn't know those were steel.
Yeah, it's also 4x140 leg pattern.
Yeah, I see how massive that fat boy is, but...
Yeah. That is a very good
Go
point.
GL8 or whatever that thing is called.
That's just a GL. Like, it's not turbo or anything. But yeah, so I would like to see this continue to take on, like, more impressive opponents. Like,
yeah, seriously, bring them on. If you're going to beat a Rubicon, you'll probably have fit for choice.
Yeah,
until the engine overheats and that Subaru and it just poofs.
Well, no, that's the thing. This is the EA71. This is the one where they were still, like, they were still really under stress. This is when they were making, like, maybe 80 horsepower. So it was still a pushrod engine. It was a 1.6. Like, this is the one you want. I really want to see my take on a Land Cruiser next.
It should win. I mean, tiny it's a good recipe.
Like, this would be a really good series to continue. Like, go find like a 90s Land Cruiser, like a luxury Land Cruiser. Like, take that, do like a Range Rover, and then, like, at the end of the series, I don't know, like, take like Iron Man Stewart's T100. Like, just keep going, see what you can do with it.
Yeah,
I think this car will
even like
win.
a Forerunner or something like that would be fun to see.
That'd be really cool. Yeah, like the '80s Forerunner or like a modern Forerunner.
Yeah, either a second gen or like a fifth gen, with all the kit on it.
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. That'd be a really cool idea. But yeah, so there's posts on Japanese Nostalgia Car about it. You can check that out there. We have a link to the video on it. So it's very, very cool. I love watching the Subaru GL just keep winning. It's
Even I like seeing this, and I'm not a huge fan of Subaru, so.
Well, this is the thing is vintage Subaru. Like,
It's
all right,
not
so
the
you know,
same
like
thing, yeah.
BMW has the two very different communities. Like you have like you have old
Those
school
that
BMW
put black
and
kidney
modern.
grills and grill stripes on their cars, and people that
Yeah.
communicate via email message boards.
Yeah. So this one is vaping douche bros, like millennial douche bros, and then you have like disgruntled, like Gen X Australian people that are permanently sunburnt. Like those are your two groups. Like there's no in between.
Oh,
Naturally, I get along with these sunburned Australians.
yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, they like their oil cans of beer like I do. So
Well, everyone should like that. Bunch of VB drinking shit. I can't say the Australian words on here because we'll probably get demonetized. Not that we're monetized, but
well,
speaking of Australia, I want to talk about something that isn't Australia, which is the UK.
which is basically Australian without crime.
Yes, and people in the United States cannot discern the difference in the accent, but I want you to guess, A, what is their best-selling car in the UK, and then how many units per month do you think they move of this car?
Well, their best-selling car used to be a Ford Mondeo, but people like SUVs for caravanning in America.
It is not an SUV.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be a Ford EcoSport.
Very close, but no, it's a Ford Fiesta,
Oh,
which is way better.
that's much more tasteful.
Yes, and how many
While the
units
rest
do
of
you
the
think
world's
they
gotten
sold
worse, they've gotten better.
in the UK last month?
How many do they sell?
Sorry, trimester. So in the last 4 months. Sorry.
Well, they got hit with, oh god, because COVID throws a wrench in that. I'm gonna say, God, 30,000 cars.
So they sold 15,987 units in the last 4 months.
Yeah.
And the reason why I mention that is because we have a very popular two-door vehicle in the United States. It's not probably what you would think about, but it's the Little Tikes Cozy Coupe.
Dude,
And
I had one. I loved my Cozy
I
Coupe.
also had one, and it was
My
great.
parents still
I
have
had one too.
My parents still have my Cozy Coupe.
So
What? Where?
Hung up in the
Over
rafters. My
the
dad
s-
got it up in the rafters and he hasn't been able to get it back down.
these don't break though, so like I wonder, like everyone just still must have theirs because like mine isn't
Yeah.
broken. I just don't know where it is.
I know,
Yeah,
I know
right.
mine isn't broken. I know exactly where it is.
My parents are a big fan of passing stuff on, so like I don't have mine anymore, but it did go on to another family, not broken, but I told them that it was always going to be at least worth 25 cents because I shoved a quarter in the gas cap and I could never get it out. And it was like my game growing up was I shoved a quarter in it because I was dumb, and then for the rest of time I tried to get that quarter out and I could never do it.
As my
I wonder-
strength and tools improved, I was still unable to retrieve.
That was my engineering like feat, was trying to get that quarter out.
I need to put a Cozy Coupe body on something.
It's
Like
not gonna
I
fit on
really
anything.
need to get like a small go-kart and put a Cozy Coupe body on it.
No.
It would
Stop
be tough.
squashing my dreams.
I'm sure it's been done. You could probably buy one. But anyway, the reason I bring this up is because we've now established that an entire country that's fairly prosperous has a favorite vehicle, favorite car, and we've established how much that's sold in the last 4 months. How many of these do you think Little Tikes has sold in that same amount of time?
Oh shit. I don't know. Well, there's a trillion of them, so everybody's getting them used.
No, brand new.
30. I know, but everybody's getting them used, so probably 32,000 worldwide.
85,000 in the United States.
That's 2 for every person in Edina. What the hell?
Yeah. So these outsold Britain's favorite car 3-1 in the last 4 months. So there you go.
Well,
Wow.
So that's actually $20 less than it would be for a monthly payment on a Mitsubishi Mirage base model. So
Boom, there you go. It was a very endearing story, so I just had to.
I love this.
Yeah, I really like that story. I like that.
Fire truck. You get a Cozy Coupe fire truck.
Yeah, I've had a bunch of cozy coupes in my day because I don't know why, but they just kept giving them to us. And so I had an entire fleet for a while. And so I've had some like high-end ones, but my favorite was definitely the low-end red with yellow top. Like that, I climbed on top of it. I did everything I could. But I never got the Barbie Jeep, which I'm very upset about.
Cozy Coupe.
I like the Cozy Pumper.
Oh, that sounds adorable.
It's a gas pump
God,
for the
it's so
Cozy
cute. It's a
Coupe.
little fuel pump.
Oh, I had that. Yeah, that was another hand-me-down thing I had.
Are you allowed to buy that in Oregon?
What? Buy another one? Yeah.
Can you buy it in Oregon?
Or buy it in Oregon? I don't think so.
Yeah.
All right, so people do hot rod Cozy Coupes, and I'm 100% on board with doing this. This looks awesome.
Oh god.
Like this dude has a Cozy Coupe with like some sort of flat 4 in it, and it's on like a ladder chassis.
Oh,
But
God.
like, if
Yeah,
you
I
Google Cozy Coupe go-kart, it is rewarding. I'm putting this in the podcast notes because
I'm not
you should
clicking
bring this-
on it.
You need to.
Nope.
This is great, dude. It is perfect. It's everything you would expect it to be.
I'm
It's
sure it
so
is,
good.
Ryan.
We have an off-brand one at work, and I had to rip because it had a little push bar on it, and the kids kept getting it stuck up, and I had to rip it off, and ours and it keeps breaking. So I maybe I just need to cave in and buy a little Tikes one that won't break.
Eric, just please put that link on the page because this is worth putting on the stream. This is amazing.
I don't even
looking.
see it. Oh, there it is.
Well, Jan, look at this. It's a motorcycle. It's a Honda motorcycle engine in a Cozy Coupe.
That's not in a Cozy Coupe. It's in front of it.
In the same way that you put a flathead into a Model T. I love this. I would get this and bring it back to the 50s.
Who's gonna fit in that?
Me. My son.
No, I can barely fit in those now, so I don't know how Ryan would fit into it, and I don't know how any like adult would fit in one of those.
Yeah,
I'm terrified.
I'm not sure that would work.
I'm not sure either.
They should make an adult Cozy Coupe. I don't know why they don't.
Yes, somebody made a smart car
Yep.
Cozy
I remember seeing
Coupe.
that.
Yeah, but I wonder if they do have adult ones because there are people with baby fetishes. So
Dude, that's so weird.
it's so gross. One of my villagers in Animal Crossing has a baby fetish. It keeps giving me baby onesies. I'm gonna get him off my island.
So,
That's difficult.
yes, there is a.
There is a grown up.
You can get a Cozy Coupe body for a go-kart.
Okay, so that's sort of.
That's almost there.
With the advent
that's
of
what I would
3D
really
printing
want.
and laser scanning, of course you could.
Yeah. So I
Ooh,
feel like
3D print one.
yeah. I mean, I would totally buy one. I would like an adult Cozy Coupe so I could put it on a go-kart body. I think that'd be hilarious.
What did we start?
Yeah.
You absolutely ruined Jana's life.
Mm,
So speaking
Yeah,
of
I
things that are in ruins, I'm gonna talk about Nissan
Okay.
oh,
because Nissan's practically.
Does it have to do with Carl's going?
Kinda, because he kind of stripped them all their money. It's part of the problem. You know the GTR 50, that actually gorgeous Pininfarina. Happy 80th birthday, by the way, or 90th birthday, Pininfarina.
Nice.
Um,
Snuck that in.
Yeah, I did sneak that in because this year is her 90th birthday. I'm sure we'll talk about it again. Anyway, so they actually are putting the GTR 50 into production, and the first production GTR 50 is done.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So they did that, and it's actually super cool because they paid homage to the Kinmurray Skyline.
What's that?
My favorite Skyline. It's the one just after the square body Skyline from the 60s. It's the one that looks like a 70s Mustang. If you click on the Japanese nostalgia car link, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But anyway, they did the GTR 50 paint scheme on the very first production one to look.
Oh, that's cool looking.
To be an homage to the first Kinmurray, the 1972 Tokyo Motor Show.
There's no photo of the car it's trying to mimic from the back.
Scroll down. Oh, from the back?
Yeah.
Oh, that is weird. Yeah, because that's like the best part of the Kinmurray. I'll get a Kinmurray Skyline rear end.
I much prefer the styling of this, even though it's just clearly stapled onto an R35.
Yeah, I mean, they had to. It still had to pass safety measures and everything. So.
Taillights are sweet.
Here's a
if they put a manual in it, I would care.
Yeah, I mean the taillights are quite nice, and they did a very good job on them. Let's see here. I'm just gotta go to Super Street's Cancer website. Here we go. I am posting this in the podcast notes so you can see what the rear end of a Kinmurray looks like. So the Kinmurray was it came out in 1973, right before the Saudi oil crisis. So they made 173 GTRs of them before they had to put it out, before they had to cancel the GTR until the R32. But that's a picture of what the rear end looks like.
Yeah.
It looked really good. I really like the rear end of that car. But yeah, the side profile of it looks a lot like.
I really like how this thing looks. I wish they had done a little bit more with the side, and I understand how they can't because it has to have the same structure. But yeah, that's pretty neat.
The car has a lot of presence when you see it in person.
Well, yeah, it's probably the size of a small moon, like all R35s.
Well, I mean, when you see the GTR 50 in presence, it's kind of like there's another supercar that's like that where I don't care about it. Murcielago. You see a picture of Murcielago, you don't care. You see it in person, you suddenly care. Or Aston Martin. You see a picture of it and you go, that's cool. But you see Aston Martin drive past you on the freeway, you go, wow. Okay, I get it. You know? Does that make sense?
Kinda.
Okay. It's one of those things where it really doesn't really have an effect on you until you actually see it. And if I don't think they had that there at Monterey Car Week when you went. But by the time I was there, they had it on full display. But it is absolutely just phenomenal looking in person. Because what you really lose in the photos is the depth of those taillights. Because those taillights are probably about 5 or 6 inches deep. So you they actually go way into the body of the car.
Yeah, they look like infinity mirrors.
Yeah, and then on the outside, they did kind of give it a little bit of a wide body sort of look. But yeah, I know what you mean with the doors and stuff. I feel like it's kind of missing something between the door and that rear wheel arch that kind of makes it look a little meh. But it's also a 10-year-old design.
What does the 20 mean on the rear flank?
The number of years that the R35 has been in production. Oh, here we go. It's not clear what the 20 on the rear flank meant, where the show car said Skyline. Literally, a Japanese nostalgia car doesn't know. Nobody knows. So, I assume that is some sort of joke for the fact that the R35 has been in production forever. Because we first heard about the R35 coming out in Gran Turismo 4, which came out damn near 20 years ago.
That is hard to understand, but yes, you're right. That game has been around a long time.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we heard about that. I mean, that's when the R35 was first debuted. Was in so maybe it's some sort of weird cheeky joke that we don't understand.
Yeah, maybe it is 20. Yeah, maybe 20 years of the design.
Yeah, that might be it. Because I mean, because it was 2004. I'm sure because they discontinued the R34 in 2001 because they started working on the R35 then. So yeah, maybe it's 20 years since
GT4,
they started designing
I think,
that car.
was 2003, 2004.
It was 2004. That was
Okay.
2004. Yeah. Maybe that was the whole joke. It's just that it's been around forever.
I mean, it is an old design. At
It's
this point.
really old, and it shows its age. I was actually talking to Ben about this, and I'm like, because Mazda, they came out with their new RX Vision for Gran Turismo, for Gran Turismo Sport, and the DLC that just came out. Looks great, by the way, but since they couldn't do an actual reveal of the RX Vision, this is the reveal of the RX Vision for like how the Grand Touring car is gonna look. So it's like weird that they like did that in this game. The jury's out for how I feel about this. And I hope they don't have to do it after COVID.
I like it, but is this going into production? Is it like a one-off?
Yeah. Well, no. This is the thing: is the RX Vision, the new Mazda, is they were originally going to do a reveal, from what I understand, and then this was going to come out after the fact. But since they couldn't do the reveal of the car in person because of COVID, this is effectively the reveal of the car. Is that they're doing the GT version, and then once they can actually do a debut with a real-life car, they'll do that later.
Okay.
But apparently the car will be going into some sort of production, and it'll be something along these lines. But I'm a big fan of that. I really like that they've snuck elements of every single previous Mazda rotary vehicle into this. The more you look into it, because it's got the RX-3 front grille, it's got the taillights from the RX-7. I saw something that was RX-2 the first time I saw it, and I can't remember what it is. Like every single generation of rotary-powered sports car that Mazda's done has something worked into the element of this vehicle. I just thought that was a really cool little thing that they did. And I'm much more excited about this than I am of the R35, whatever. I've had 10 years to be excited about that car. No,
I think that the name is unfortunately close to the Volkswagen electric platform Vision, though.
Oh, yeah. It's really weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I imagine once they actually put it in production, it's not going to be the RX Vision. I think it's RX Vision because that's a working concept title. Because I'm not sure if they're going to call it the RX-9 or if they're going to call it a Cosmo.
Right, yeah. It'll be something, I'm sure, with some lineage and history based on the rotary engine.
Yeah, and they'll probably break up the name, because depending on how the street version of this car turns out, if this car turns out to be more of a Grand Tourer, sort of car, like a Mercedes GTR sort of thing, it'll probably have a Cosmo name. But if it turns out to be more of like a performance-based car, like a R35, they might go with the RX name. I
kind of hope it's a little more squishy and they call it a Cosmo. That's a cool name, and it hasn't been around in so long.
It is a great name, and the RX-8, they called the RX-8, and they should have called that the Cosmo, and it would have done so much better, because the RX-8 sucked.
Well, we can't call it the Cosmo, because it's a girly drink in America.
I know, right? Some garbage like that.
Yeah.
No, call it the Cosmo, please. We like cosmopolitan things. And also, Cosmos are great. If you're mad about that, fight me.
The Mazda Cosby. Or wait, no.
No, it doesn't date rape you.
It doesn't exist yet, Ryan. You never know.
It's got a Mercedes V6.
Oh.
Tiny chance. That'd be the ultimate troll. Like Mazda's cash out card. That everybody excited for a rotary engine, and they put a Mercedes V6 and just ruins your life.
No. It has to be an Audi V6. There's got to be something that's even worse. What is the worst engine that could contract from somebody to put in that?
Yeah, it wouldn't even be like the Audi 3.0.
No.
It'd be like an Audi 3.0 T.
No,
but
those are solid.
A 3.0 T at stack power levels is solid. As soon as you do anything to it, it comes apart at the seams.
Yeah.
But it'd be like a tuned 3.0 T. Oh my god, I'd be so upset. That'd be the ultimate troll. I don't know how I'd feel about that. It's just the ultimate betrayal.
Especially when they're developing that beautiful inline six and everything already too. But yeah, we didn't have it done in time, so what we did, we went over to Audi and we bought their 3.0 T, and then we made it make 500 horsepower.
Well, Toyota used a BMW engine, so we thought we should follow suit. So we were making it in Len 6, but it's not ready, so Audi.
Any corporate 2-liter German.
Oh, gross. That's the new Mazda Miata engine.
Oh,
disgusting.
What if they contracted from BMW, Audi, and Mercedes? And whatever they gave us, we put in the car. So you don't even know which corporate German 2-liter you're gonna get.
It's like buying a British Leyland car from like 1974.
Yes. Yep. All the OEMs.
You're gonna have like a steering wheel from like a Morris Mini. It's gonna be your like Triumph Spitfire
or an AMC.
We ran out of the correct rear end, so now you got a rear end out of an Austin Princess.
Yeah, that was like that for 20 minutes, and then we got our supply back. So,
also, you have one cylinder head stud that is actually made out of aluminum because we ran out of iron. I'm sorry.
So it's torqued to like 40 foot-pounds. It's probably good, but just
it might be a prop.
Might be a prop.
If it does break, it's guaranteed to ruin your cylinder head while you're at it. It's just like some. Oh god. I'm really happy that auto manufacturers have their shit together more than British Leyland did these days.
It doesn't take much, Ryan.
No, it's a really low bar. I mean, even Audi's like got their shit together better than them.
That's true. Oh my god.
Oh god, that sounds gross. Anyway,
British Leyland.
We shouldn't. I feel weird ending the episode on that.
On British Leyland.
And British Leyland sucking at it, because I actually like a lot of British things.
Well, they made, Top Gear made that Pink Floyd dub with all the creaks and rattles and squeaks from the BL cars they had.
Oh, that's true. They did. So here, I'm going to end on something nice. Did you know at Studebaker... Alright, so you know how we have like fancy luxury pickups today?
Oh, God, yeah, like the Lincoln Blackwood.
Yeah, the Lincoln Blackwood. Do you want to see what the original version of that was from the 1950s?
I think I'm actually aware of this, but yes, why don't you show me?
Studebaker did a Hail Mary, like right before they went out of business in 1955 when they made their E5 pickup. And this is one for sale on Bring a Trailer. They're actually kind of cool, but like you can see how like Studebaker's like, oh shit, the foreman of the construction yard needs a vehicle to drive, so let's give him this. And it's got a Studebaker inline 6. It's super nice looking, but yeah, there you go. That's what we're gonna end on, is the first luxury pickup, the Studebaker E5.
Yeah, I mean this one looks in exquisite condition. Look at all the equipment.
I'm pretty sure it's Rustamonded. I'm looking at this dashboard. That looks shockingly modern.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past Studebaker.
That instrument cluster, dude. I don't know about that one.
I don't know. It doesn't say anything about it not being original. Oh, well, I mean, God, flathead inline 6. Ew.
Yeah, you're right. This might actually be a original thing. But anyway, this is a very cool truck. So when you're buying a Lincoln Blackwood, just think, you could be buying a Studebaker E5.
And this one, you could even buy this one.
Yeah, you could buy this one right here from Bring a Trailer.
6 days left.
Be way cooler, actually.
Oh yeah, show up on a job site in one of those?
Dude, show it back to the 50s in this thing.
Yeah, whatever.
This thing's so cool.
You can do anything with that truck.
You can go to prom, you can go to work. That's what you can do. You can do whatever you need.
Take the hogs to market on Monday.
Oh my god. They post a picture of the included Studebaker like brochure book about it, and it shows a V8, which this vehicle is not equipped with. You could have had this.
Oh, yep. Outstanding in power, the new 1955 Studebaker trucks.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty cool truck. So I feel good ending on something happy like that, without having to ask you what you learned. So
good, because I didn't learn anything more.
Nope, and I'll continue telling you things about Shira.
I got that engine for the IS almost completely back together now.
I saw that. You did that today.
Yeah, I started today with a short block and the wrong cylinder head completely apart, and then I completely assembled the new cylinder head and threw it together.
Was that the engine block that you got from our BMW?
Yep.
prototype.
Yeah, it's just.
And then what was the cylinder head that you ended up using?
The head is actually from that Garbage 5 Series.
Oh, okay.
So the
so
head
you
was
used the
okay.
car's original head, and then you just put it on a better bottom end.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
So I freshened it up as much as I could, and I swapped 2 valves because the top was really pitted from having no valve adjustment done on it ever. So it's just a lot of lash. But anyway, yeah, that should be cool. So I'll keep people posted on when that's finally done and ready to dump in the car. But it's looking very prime.
I saw pictures. So far, it looks pretty cool.
I have spent more time cleaning and freshening that engine than I ever have on any engine in my entire life.
Well, you want to do right by your C-Strength's car. You know, you don't want to just throw it together and stick it in the market. You want to actually make
at least
right
it's his cylinder head. I mean, the block is fucked, but whatever.
you got some stuff out of it.
Yep. Yeah. I'll use more of it too. So.
I'm looking through other Bring a Trailer listings right now. They got some really cool stuff. They got an oval window Beetle, an Allard, a Feel Leaf Corvette. Oh my god. I'm not gonna ruin everybody's day. Bring a Trailer. Go waste your money. Well, don't waste your money. Go on Bring a Trailer. Buy cool things.
Become financially stable, then go waste your money.
Yes. Don't waste it. Become financially stable, and then buy yourself an Allard or the world's cleanest X70 Cresta. Hell yeah, this thing's awesome.
So this is what it's like to talk with Ryan, everyone, just so you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is what it's been like all day.
Alright, we're in the episode right here. So anyway, have a great week, and we will see you next week.
Oh, it's already been Memorial Day at this point.
Yep.
So.
Happy post-Memorial Day. So we should have said that two episodes ago.
No, that's fine. This episode drops after Memorial Day, but the last one will not. So.
Oh, well, we should have said that one episode ago.
Well, it's fine. Bye, guys!
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Done.